was a 6-pointer, and we could steal the points, and I think well deserved. We played amazing first half, and second half we suffered in the first 15 minutes of the quality, and we did not come out of the dressing room with the same intensity like in first half. I think we deserve to win, and it's a very important win, of course.
Got to talk about the sending off. What is a player supposed to do with his striking leg once he's made a tackle?
Well, I can only say it must be someone who's never played the game who's made the decision. Because where does the player put his foot? Now, he's kicked through the ball, and actually there's a similar incident just later where it's Vladimir Kufal clears it on Rudiger again, and I'm saying show some consistency then, referee. If that's the case, then that would have at least probably merited a yellow if the other one was a red.
I think the second goal chance I have to score, but I think I have to come back slowly. With one goal is enough. When I scored two or twice today would be maybe too much for the beginning. No, joking. Yeah, very happy that we win this game today. Very important win for us in the race for the top 4, and yeah, very happy.
Germans have always known for their sense of humour. Well, another victory for Chelsea, another clean sheet. That's 10 in 14 for Thomas Tuchel. What's the secret, do you think, to their defensive play? Because they're certainly not boring to watch. You know?
Well, they look very comfortable in what they're doing, Gary. He played Azpilicueta in the right wing-back position today. Chilwell on the left-hand side. He can play Reece James there, of course, as we've seen. Hudson-Odoi has played there. But they were brilliant in what they did today. They were tight, they were compact, but they also offered a threat, particularly those two going forward. There's the two of them in the box. I mean, you can see Azpilicueta furthest forward than anyone, given their team width, given them options, again getting balls into the box. But the reason why they're so solid and don't give a lot away is that 2v1 at the back, and there's the 3 midfielders, or two midfielders, 1 centre off, just in case they lose the ball. Same thing again. Given their team width into the box, but just have a look how tight they are, just in case they lose the ball. There's 2v1 again. There's the 3 in midfield, pushing forward to try and snuff anything out, and they're brilliant at it.
And it was a running theme throughout the game, and that's what led to the goal. Look at the width there. Chilwell, Azpilicueta running in, taking the defender towards the keeper, and that leaves that space for Werner. But it was interesting, when they did get caught out of position, who was there? Kante. Sprints back into position and creates this lovely 5 at the back position there. So even when they do go out of that position, they've got Kante filling in. And that's the secret, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. A relief for Timo Werner. We heard from himself he probably should have had 2, but it's great to see him back on the score sheet. Yeah.
It was excellent. It was good and bad today from Werner, and he played that number 9 role today. We've seen him against Man City last week, occupying that wing role. But he takes his goal good. He gets into the right areas, and that's what you want for a striker sometimes. Sometimes you just want a tap-in. But on the other hand, I think he gets... I don't know. I think he's celebrating before the ball goes in, because a man of his quality should be putting that in the net. You'll see on the replay there, maybe just takes his eye off the ball and just wide. And Tuchel's face says everything.
You know what I like about him, though? I like that he doesn't seem fazed. He's not bothered that... I mean, I said it last weekend before the semi-final. So many times we've highlighted his missed chances this season. That doesn't seem to bother him. Yeah. The secret is you keep getting in there like he did, and eventually they'll start flowing.
Right. I never thought I'd see a red card for kicking the football.
No.
It's become a little bit ridiculous. Flabbergasting, this decision, really, that 2 referees, one on the game and one watching it on TV, both thought this was
Werner on Chilwell. Where's he meant to put his foot there?
I think sometimes they look in slow motion, but he's not even looking.
I mean, what I would say about this is Chris Kavanagh, the on-field referee, he's got to get that right. Then Peter Banks tells him he should go to the screen and have a look at it. have some, grow some, show some. You should just say, no, I'm not having that. I'm not accepting that. That is a red card. Peter Banks, forget it. It's never, ever been a red card.
It's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing.
And then David Moyes did have a point. This was very similar. And you see it lots of times in football matches. You kick through. You can't not follow through with your foot, can you?
We talk about it all the time, though, with inconsistency. Yeah. How can you get a red for one and nothing for the other? And that's why VAR is just a nonsense at the game at the moment.
Yeah. The truth is, there actually probably weren't even fouls, let alone cards. Indeed. No. One piece of news this evening. It has been announced in the past hour that English professional football will temporarily boycott social media platforms in response to the ongoing and sustained discriminatory abuse received online by players and many others connected to football. The blanket ban will be staged across next weekend's round of fixtures in the men's and women's game from 3 p.m. on Friday until 11:59 p.m. on Monday, the 3rd of May.
They're still in the hunt, of course, despite the obvious disappointment for West Ham. But for Chelsea, 3 points now, the difference between them and the Hammers. How big a win was that for them in their race for the top four?
Yeah, it's huge. Today was a massive fixture. Chelsea got a tough couple of weeks coming. So that, today was three fantastic points to put them straight back in that top four race.
Yeah. You've always been a big fan of Timo Werner, and particularly his prolific form coming into the Premier League. And I suppose a bit of relief for the German himself in that he got only his second goal in 23 Premier League games?
Yeah, but to be fair, this sums up Thomas Tuchel, the way he wants to play. From the back all the way between the lines with Mason Mount, Pulisic, Chilwell with a cross. And it's a tap-in for Timo Werner. Even though he's not in great goal-scoring form, he's not going to miss that. And I think that was how he wants to play, from one side of the pitch to the other. And Timo Werner, he needs a few more of these just to build his confidence up, because he's scored hundreds of goals in his life. He knows how to score. He's just on a patch where his confidence is down. And it showed sometimes in the game today. Even though he scored, he had some moments where you could see he's not at his absolute best as he was last season in Leipzig.
David Moyes spoke about his unhappiness about this red card for Fabian Balbuena. Have you got some sympathy here for the Paraguayan?
Yeah, I have, yeah. Obviously, we know he's tried to make a pass, clear that down the line. Yes, he's caught Chilwell. It's clumsy, but there's an angle a bit later on where you can see at the end, the finishing of the action, he's trying to take the weight away from the player. Obviously, it looks bad. You see there, right at the end, he's lifting his leg off the player, so he's not tried to hurt him. But yes, he's caught him, but it's just a foul for me.
Do you think because the referee was shown that incident a few times in slow motion, it actually portrayed it to be worse than it actually was?
Yeah, it made it a lot worse. And as a player, Balbuena can anticipate he's going to be there. He's trying to clear the ball, get the ball up the line, and then Chilwell is just there, so he connects with him. He doesn't mean to hurt him, but obviously he catches him. It's not reckless. I don't think it's a red. And I think when the slower the refs look at it, and the more they look at it, the easier it is for them to give a decision as a red. But I think as ex-players, we'd say it shouldn't have been a red card.
OK.